Tripoli EDC back again with another knife video. I have a huge treat. I've got this Bark River Donnybrook here. This is my first Bark River that I've had on my channel. I actually received a Bark River a day or two before this. I had ordered two about the same time. That one will be on my channel in probably the next day or so. But I'm going to do the first impressions on this one first because I got to carry this one already, whereas the other one's a bushcraft knife and I haven't had the chance to carry that one yet. So I just wanted to give some first impressions on this guy. First of all, got some black gloves on. It's not the norm for my channel. I usually show my hands, but unfortunately I had a accident and hands are not good for camera right now. So in any event, I'll be wearing the black gloves. So let's take a look at this knife, and one thing I'm really excited about first off is I think, other than Mike Stewart's video, this is the first video of the Donnybrook on YouTube that I could find anyway, so I'm really excited about that. So this is the Bark River Donnybrook, as I said. It's a canvas micarta, this is the OD Green canvas micarta version of it. Obviously it comes in many different handles if you know Bark River knives. But this is the matte finish. I opted for the matte finish because I like a little bit of a grippy feel. This feels fantastic. I'm really glad I chose the matte finish. The fit and finish on the contouring and the rounding on here is just superb, just like you'd expect from a Bark River knife, and just that. So I've heard about all the time. The fit and finish on the handle here. The same goes through the spine here, and along the knife you have the convex grind, even on this EDC size knife, and I am really happy to have a convex EDC knife. It just adds another bit of versatility to the rotation. Because I do have a couple other EDC fixed blades as well. Some of you might have seen the Phobos Tier 1 Mini on my channel before, along with the Guardian 3. I think I have the Guardian 3 here, and I'll bring it out for a size comparison so you can just take a look. This is the Guardian 3 Warney. So you can see the blade on here is quite a bit longer. The handle's longer as well. The handle, and you saw Mike on his video, Mike Stewart, talk about how you can choose to use the ring or not use the ring. If you don't use the ring, your hand still fits. Well, it actually fits about the same. They give you about as much space as the Guardian 3 does on the entire knife. So Mike is definitely right about that. There is room for that to use or not use the ring. And so I'm, he's 100% correct about that. All right, so what's good about the knife is the knife, just right off the bat, the blade shape is excellent for EDC. You've got a good amount of flat right here, and then a good amount of belly, about half, maybe a third to half flat, and then the rest is all belly. It's an excellent shape for EDC, and the point here is also excellent. The name Donnybrook, as Mike Stewart was saying in his video, comes from the term meaning to fight. It's an Irish term, I think, meaning to fight, and so this is meant also as a fighting knife. And I'm not a self-defense expert. I will not profess to be one. I've said that many times on my channel, but this does seem like it would be, good for some quick strikes, and it's got a nice hard tip with a swedge that evens out here. The tip is not too thin for penetration, so that's good. And I think the convex grind adds a lot to that. You've got some flat here that could be used if you're in the outdoors. I think it's not quite as sharp as as I would like normally for a fire steel, but I'm going to assume that would work on a fire steel if you needed to. But what would work on a fire steel is the back of this ring. This ring has not been knocked down at all. This is probably if I had to give one criticism to this knife, it would be that, well, there's two criticisms, I should say, just on first impressions. I'm going to do a full review at some point, but both the inside and the outside of the knife are extremely sharp. I don't know if you can see that. That is good because it gives you a little bit of grip, so the knife's not going to come out of your hands or anything. Sorry, not the camera stand, but even though it gives you that modicum of grip, it does dig into your fingers when you're gripping it tight. And if you're, if you are in a fight and you use this as self-defense, it's going to be really, really digging into your hand. They could have knocked it down a little bit and still accomplished the grip, maybe with some jimping or something else. So that would be my biggest criticism. The other thing is the ring probably could have been angled a little bit more down this way. I think it's a little bit too far back up on the handle for the grip like this. If you're going to use this grip where you're putting your pinky through, it feels a little off, at least in my hand, when you're holding it this way. However, in this grip, where you're holding it in reverse grip, that feels perfect. So, if the intent of the ring was to use it mostly for the reverse grip and then to just use it without the ring in this grip, then that's perfect. But if you're going to put your pinky through, like Mike shows in the video, then, I am going to say that it's a little bit far back this way to get a comfortable grip. As you can see, let me see if you can see, my pinky is cocked down farther than the rest of my hand. So it's a little bit uncomfortable in that regard, especially when I put this thumb up top. It forces the ring down, which forces your finger down. And that's how I get grip on the knife. So that's my biggest criticism. I'm going to pull the camera back. You'll sort of see the back of my set a little bit. I'm in my kitchen, but I need to show you sort of what we're looking at on the floor here. So Mike had it that one of the benefits of it is you could drop this and then immediately pick it back up, so you could do what you're doing, drop it, do what you're doing with your hands. You got two hands, and then go ahead and pick it back up. So that is a benefit to it. And you could always, tuck that pinky out if that ring is bothering you. So it's not that big of a deal, but it's just something to be aware of. Another thing is the rings are extremely fun to flip. So if you're a fidgety, folding pocket knife guy, and you're missing, you don't want to use a fixed blade because you're missing the fidgetiness. Get something with a ring on it, and boom, you're right up back into the fidget factor, and you're going to be having a good time. So overall, my first impression of this, I don't want this video to get too long because, like I said, it is a first impression. Overall, my first impression is I love this knife. I want to be carrying it. Don't tune out yet, because there is one other thing that I want to show you is the sheath. Actually, this is the other criticism I would have for it. So this is the sheath, and this is, I got EEP on mine from DLT Trading. I like the EEP treatment, makes it darker. I like the coloring, and it also makes it form a little better and gives it a little bit of weather protection. I live in Houston, it's humid, so it's good for me. The blade, by the way, is CPM 154, which is great for Houston because it's stainless. The criticism I have, and the sheath did come kind of tight, but I'm happy with it, is that I had to jerry rig an extra strap on here, because right now it's set up only for vertical carry, and this knife is not good for vertical carry, at least in my opinion. I mean, Mike, probably will, Mike, if you're watching this, leave a comment here and tell me why you thought it was good for vertical carry. You probably have a better reason, and I'm probably wrong, but I'm just telling you that when I try to do it, when I have this on my belt, this is too high up, so that when I go to take the knife out and pull upward, what I end up getting is my elbow has to reach all the way up, almost breaking the plane of my shoulder in order to get the knife out. And that's just an uncomfortable draw. Now, even if I angle it down, the ring's sticking out, and it just freaks people out on the street. So, but there is really good retention. So you could angle it down and pull it out that way. But again, it's not the best for public. So I jerry-rigged this. This is just a little bit of 2-inch Velcro. I wrapped it once around the loop, and then I've got it here. And then the object is I wrap it once around the front, around the belt here, and then you're ready to go. And because it's 2 inches, you get really good retention. It doesn't wiggle back and forth that much, and so this is a pretty good solution for that. And you can do a nice horizontal cross draw. And I found that to be the most comfortable, not just most comfortable, very comfortable carry on this. And the profile and the imprinting of this sheath on a horizontal carry, I think, is perfect. So in my opinion, and I'm not a knife maker. Mike's been in the game way longer than me, but in my opinion, this is an excellent horizontal carry, and I would like to see a sheath, at least a sheath option by Bark River for a horizontal carry on here. You know, a lot of their other sheaths have both options, or some of their other sheaths, I should say. I would have liked to see that here. In any event, thank you guys for watching, especially some of you new guys who just signed up. Don't forget, I have a giveaway going on, and so if you haven't already, go back to that giveaway video. It's going on through Thanksgiving. I think we're pretty much behind on some of the benchmarks in order to get some of the prizes. So if you guys can get me, you know, a little bit over the hump, I'm gonna rejigger those prizes so that you guys can hit those benchmarks more easily. I want to get those knives into your hands. But go ahead and like and comment on the video, subscribe, and don't forget to enter that giveaway. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.